So puppy farming is the mass production of puppies purely for profit. It takes place in rural areas like Wales, Ireland, Eastern Europe, and the puppies are removed from their mums too early. They're transported often long distances, sometimes across continents, and sold without their mums away from where they were born, usually by third-party sellers. The reality for dogs that are farmed is pretty horrific. They're pretty much treated like agricultural stock. They're kept on straw in barns. They haven't got toys, or they're not vaccinated. They're not treated as pets. They're literally money-making machines that are often not even given names. 200, 300, 400 breeding bitches in one place, kept in the dark, no ventilation. They suffer extremes of cold obviously in winter, extremes of heat in summer, and they're never seen by the public because their pups are taken away from them and sold via third parties such as pet shops. You know you're buying a farmed puppy, first of all, if the mum isn't there. If the mum isn't there, that's the ultimate red flag. She should be there. Golden advice is always to see mum interacting with the pup in the place the pup was born. So if mum isn't there, that's usually a sign. Sometimes if the pup is, looking pretty poorly, if it's got diarrhea, if it's got fleas, ticks, worms, if it's unsocialized, sometimes they'll be nervous. They may be slightly aggressive because they're fearful. So there's many signs, but usually it's a sick pup, either sick behaviourally or medically, or sometimes even surgically. But if the mum isn't there, that's the golden rule. You have to insist on seeing the mum. To buy a pup responsibly, you always have to see the mum, and that automatically means that no pet shops, no meeting the seller in a motorway lay-by, no garden centres, no buying online. Really, you have to go to the breeder, you have to see the environment the dog was bred in, you have to see the pup interacting with the mum, and that is the correct way to buy a puppy. Better still, consider rescue, because there are plenty of puppies in rescue that desperately need a loving forever home. So please, if you're considering getting a dog, first port of call will be the local rescue shelter. If they haven't got puppies and you genuinely want a pup, and some people it's not appropriate to get a rescue dog if they're an expectant family, for example, or they have a newborn baby, then please make sure you buy responsibly and always insist on seeing the mum interacting with the pup. So currently the laws and restrictions that govern the sale of farmed puppies means that puppies can be sold from third parties. And third parties can be pet shops on the high street, it can be someone's front room, it can be a dealer selling to another dealer. So as long as this method of selling and dealing takes place, it is completely legitimate and legal. Not only does it allow and enable puppy farming to happen behind closed doors, because it means that people don't have to see the mum, but it also provides an illegal framework for example, smuggled puppies coming from Eastern Europe. Because if they're coming in and they're sold either by legal third parties or illegal third parties, it's very hard to differentiate. So we need to outlaw the activity totally, and we need to ban third party sales. So puppies can only be bought direct from the breeder, or better still, as we've mentioned, from a rescue shelter. So my campaign is the Pup Aid campaign, and right now it's called, the particular campaign is called Lucy's Law, and Lucy's Law is seeking a ban on the commercial third-party trade. That means the for-profit third-party trade, so the pet shops, the garden centres, anyone selling a puppy via a third party for a profit, which of course doesn't include, importantly, rescue shelters. So it means that if we ban the third parties, we ban the dealers, we ban that whole network of middlemen, we force consumers, prospective puppy buyers, direct to the breeders, so the breeders are accountable, they're transparent. We see the puppy interacting with its mum in the place it was born, which ironically is the actual advice given by the government, who allow and license third parties. Or of course the alternative would be to go to a rescue centre, because they're selling as a third party, not for profit, non-commercial. So if you're getting a dog, you should only have two options: breeder or rescue. So to achieve this law change, right now it's quite exciting, because we've just had an announcement from Number 10 for a call for evidence to ban third-party sales. So It seems the government are falling in line with our own campaign, but we could do with giving them a little bit of encouragement, a bit of a nudge. So we've set up a government e-petition which requires 100,000 signatures. The quicker we get that, the more newsworthy it becomes and the more impact it can make. So there's a government e-petition, it's called the Lucy's Law e-petition, and I encourage everyone to go online and sign it as soon as possible, and then of course share it with friends, family, fellow dog lovers, whoever. So I urge all of you, animal lovers, dog owners, cat fanciers, budgie, owners, to please get involved. This is a huge animal welfare crisis, puppy farming, and everyone can play a part in its solution. So I urge you all to go online, and that's to ban the sale of puppies from pet shops and other third-party commercial sellers, and add your signature, sign it obviously, share it, put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, share it wherever you can, because the quicker we get to 100,000 signatures, the quicker we can put pressure on the government. That will turn into a debate in Westminster, raise even more awareness, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll end up changing the law so puppies can only be brought direct from the breeder, or better still, from a rescue shelter.